Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to week 7. Yep, one more week and we'll be at the halfway point, so this is pretty exciting. The big excitement this week is that we're going to start something new. We're going to continue our readings, continue writing analytically, etc. But we're starting a new project, and the project is called Morning Pages. For those of you who have never heard of Morning Pages, these are pretty exciting, and they're widely used by artists, authors, creative types to generate all kinds of really cool thinking and to, of course, practice writing. So what morning pages are, and you'll get this written out in the module, but morning pages are 3 pages of handwriting that you do every morning. And I'm trying to get this video out today on Sunday, so that you'll have time to start this as soon as Monday. That would be ideal. If you can't start until Tuesday, that's fine as well, but you need to start this as soon as possible. So what you do is you find a notebook, any sort of notebook. It can be a big one, it can be a small one. There are no requirements for the size of the notebook. And first thing in the morning, maybe after you go to the bathroom and whatnot, but before you get started on your day, you write, and you write for 3 solid pages. However, whatever amount of time that takes you is fine. And like I said, there's no limit to the size of the page, but you hand write. And you just write whatever comes to mind, whether it's random thoughts, fragmented thoughts. You can even write, I don't know what to write. But I guarantee that if you start doing that, you'll come up with something. A lot of folks start writing about things that they're thinking about, that they're trying to figure out, or goals, things that they're trying to do. Some folks do gratitude type of entries. Did you know that gratitude, that acknowledging things that you're grateful for, boosts serotonin in your brain? And serotonin is a neurotransmitter, so that actually helps you think. So something to keep in mind. But 3 pages, whatever that means for the size of your notebook. If you don't have a notebook, I do recommend that you keep a separate notebook for this. You can go to the dollar store and pick up one of those composition books. They're $1 or $1.50, and that's a great place to keep it. But let's say you don't have a notebook or you can't be bothered to get a notebook. You can use loose leaf paper as well. That's perfectly fine. Just keep them all together. You want to date your pages, so put the date, put maybe the day of the week. I like to put where I am, so Modesto, California, and then just start writing. There's no timer, it's just 3 pages. And I'm doing this with you. I actually started, this is something that I used to do quite a while ago, and I had gotten out of the habit, but I started this yesterday. So I am doing this along with you, and I'll show you my notebook. I have a Dr. Simi notebook. Some of you may be familiar with Dr. Simi. Dr. Simi is the mascot for a pharmacy chain in Mexico. And I was in Mexico this last summer visiting my family there, and they gave us this notebook free. So I'm using it for that. I've written morning pages right on there. And the weird thing about this notebook is that the pages are graph paper. So I've never, ever taken extensive notes or done any kind of writing on graph paper. But I started it this morning, and it's kind of interesting. It messes with your head a little bit, but I like the way you can use it to isolate words later on. So I'll give you a quick sneak peek. There you go. So you can see a couple of warnings. Number one is if you're not someone who normally writes longhand, your arm is going to get tired quite quickly. And now I used to write letters, dozens of letters to folks back in the day, but I don't do a lot of longhand writing. And so about half a paragraph in, I was already kind of feeling it. But just kind of slow down, take your time. You might want to try out different pens, different kinds of ink. You can get really creative. You can also draw. There are no rules really about that. And then the other thing is Some folks recommend, and I think the originator of this, Julia Cameron, recommends that if you want, you just throw the pages away. But I'm asking you not to do that, at least not during the course of the term. Please do not throw your pages away, because as part of your remaining assignments for the semester, we're going to share bits of your morning pages. Now, if you're not comfortable sharing any actual pages or even a snapshot of one little part of the pages, that is fine. You don't have to do that. But you'll be discussing the process with the class, and that'll be super helpful for everyone. But I find morning pages incredibly helpful for returning to see what some recurring thoughts are, or recurring ideas, or maybe touching on things that I didn't even realize that were rolling around in my brain. And so I never throw morning pages away. I would never throw a journal away either. But after the semester is over, that's entirely up to you. Some people use the morning pages as what they call a brain dump. And so they get rid of all of the lingering thoughts or the thoughts that are popping up at the beginning of the day in order to make room for more constructive thinking. And it can work that way for you as well. So you'll see once you start this. It's something I would like you to do every day. You can, if you like, take the weekends off and just make this a 5-day-a-week thing. It really is better if you do 7 days because you have more material. You develop the habit faster, and many people continue this, well after the semester is complete. But so morning pages are going to be exciting, and you'll see some the Dropbox for sharing those in a discussion area. I'll get that up in just a bit. And yeah, that's about it. And I'll probably have another video explaining a little bit about giving you an intro to my friend Dahmer. So in the meantime, if you have any questions about the morning pages, make sure that you read the section of the module that goes into it. Oh, there are 2 videos there, really cool. One of them is just a guy who started The Artist's Way, which is the name of the book that this exercise comes from. The other one is from the lead singer of the Spin Doctors, and he's a morning page guy. A lot of artists are. And so you have a very brief video of him working on his morning pages, and you'll see what that looks like. So I am very excited to see what your process looks like, what you come up with, and how the morning pages work for you. Thanks!